Alright, that should be everything set up. Make sure everything's running well. And then we will hop over into the game. Okay. I still just have a bunch of junk in my inventory that I don't need. May as well have the XP buff up. Alright then. Where are we at? Yeah, I don't think I read these ones last time. According to my map, the plains of Yanxia lie to the west. Of note is the one river upon... Oh, actually, I did read those ones last time before I finished. Matter of Doma, I can't believe... yeah, I did read these ones. Alright. Let's head into Yanxia. Setsu's ready to resume his journey to Yanxia. Yeah, well... You did well, Ash. But not for the tremendous strength and bravery of you and yours, many innocent souls would have suffered terrible fates. Though I knew the Confederacy would be loath to meet the Imperials in battle, I also knew that if anyone could win them over, it would be you. Truly, yours is a heroic spirit that inspires men to rise above their circumstances. Strive for something greater. It will be an honor to travel with you again. Now then, let us not squander the Confederacy's gift. Yanxia and my countrymen await. There's a tunnel to the southwest. We need but follow it to reach our destination. With me. Really was an extremely pretty place. Plus the fact that we were able to swim around underwater and all that was great. But, okay, time to go. Into Yanxia.
We cannot rest here for long. This place is not safe. Mayhap nowhere is, if thieves can breach our vaults. Nevertheless, it is our duty to protect these treasures, and we shall not fail for want of effort.
So, this is why you abandoned your posts. And without a word of explanation at that. Rather thoughtless of you, was it not?
Lady Yotsuyo, pray forgive us our absence, but our home was under attack, our vaults plundered by outsiders.
Did you even pause to consider the possibility that it might be a diversion? What is the point of contracting your services if you are not here when they are required? It is my solemn charge to bring these vermin to heel. To torment them, body and soul, until all they hold dear is as bitter ashes in their mouths. And then you go and ruin everything! There's naught to be gained in belaboring the point. All that remains is to administer your punishment.
Wait, my lady!
No, it's no good. There's just no joy in it. No release.
Sure.
There
Jesus.
needs to be some investment. They were negligent imbeciles deserving of punishment, but it was hardly personal. 10,000 such causing could not satisfy me half so well as a single domin.
Interesting.
And what do we have here? One of the vaunted treasures of the Red? The craftsmanship is certainly impressive. Mayhap we can use it to make amends.
How long before Lord Xenos reinstates me, do you reckon? I've got unfinished business back in Eorzea.
Is serving me really so unbearable? At least pretend to enjoy, you witless lump! If you are so desperate to earn a way back to Eorzea, then be quiet and do as you're told. And bring that sword while you're at it.
I'll give him this. As much of an, like, idiot and kind of a pointless character as he seems to be up to this point, at least he's not buttering her up and pretending to give a crap about her personal vendetta.
I remember the silence, how the talking stopped when we first set foot on the plains of Yanxia. Before us stood yet another wall, and through a great Magitech field we glimpsed Doma Castle. I'll never forget the sight, or the anger I felt that day.
Ah, so this must be the wall I've seen in all the memes.
Life, liberty, hope, so much lost, so much taken. As we walked through that war-torn land, no one said a word.
Ooh. Big, giant, like, Bengal tigers, basically. Nice. Oh. That music. This place. I don't know what I expected. It's a weariness, a desolation, emptiness. Yes, this is far enough. Ere we proceed further, I should speak of Yanxia and what became of her. Of what lies beyond that great wall at the heart of Doma. We should be glad to hear of it. But is it wise for us to have this conversation here on the road, out in the open? Once your caution would be warranted, but no longer. Xenos did not linger after he crushed the rebellion. He appointed Yotsuyu to act in his stead and quit these lands for fresh sport. The acting viceroy was no less merciless than her master. Without warning, her men would march into villages and search for radical elements, killing and torturing any who dared resist. Then, as quickly as they had come, they left. Satisfied that the memory of the purges would keep the people in line, she relaxed her grip on Yanxia. What need for the leash when the dog is broken? The village of Namai lies to the west, though I doubt the Imperials are present. Let us proceed with caution. I have to just run past a bunch of enemies, yep. Battle themes seem to be the same for now. Which is fine, because it's a good battle theme. Let's see. Nothing that especially fits. I'll just go with Golfaxi for now. And if there aren't any soldiers in this village, it would be foolish to simply stride in and announce ourselves. Seems peaceful enough to me. There she is, the humble village of Namai. How delicious her rice, how sweet her persimmons. Too long has it been since I saw her with my own eyes, and for a mercy, the Imperials appear to be absent. Life after Doma. Still only at level 62 gear. Let no man claim that I am reckless. Prudence has ever been my watchword. Venture closer, if you would, and confirm that there are no soldiers lurking about. Great. Well, we can't be certain, so let's just send him there to deal with it. As usual.
We may be in luck. I don't see a single Imperial soldier.
Then there is no need to remain hidden. Let us go and greet them as friends.
I'm going too.
Good people of Namai, hearken to me. We come in peace and desire only information to learn of recent events.
That's one way to announce yourself. Like shout at the
Isn't that
entire
the general?
village.
Lord Gorsetsu, Kami preserve your right. He lives.
So
Say, brothers and
seems they
sisters,
want
is
no
aught
part of
amiss?
this.
Why do you regard me as one with a wild beast? Why is there fear in your eyes? Why do you tremble so? Ah, but of course, you fear me a vengeful spirit of the dead. Rest assured,
something
naught
else.
could be further from the truth. For am I not corporeal? Are my feet not firmly set upon the ground?
What should we do? If they catch him here, you know what will happen.
Uh-huh.
Of all the times for him to turn up. Has the old fool lost his mind?
Uh-huh. Yeah, basically if the Imperials find out he was ever even here, they'll burn the whole village down.
You! But why have you come here? What do you want from us?
I know not who you are to speak thus to your elders, boy, but mine only desire is to be received with the hospitality owed a humble traveler, not the fear and trepidation one might afford a wrathful shade.
What? What you going on about? Actually, never mind. Just come with me, now!
Guessing they're all just so thoroughly broken that they don't even want to hear of rebellion again. What's this boy? Where is he taking us? Judging from the reactions of the villagers, it's probably for the best that we left. Do not understand it. Was it not clear that we wish to remain a while? No one wants you there, dude. Who do you people think you are? Do you have any idea what would happen to us if you were found in our village? Again, you address us with unwarranted spite. I have let your propriety pass until now, but no longer. Who are you, boy, to speak to me thus? Know you not who I am? I am Issei of Namai, a farmer, like my father before me and his father before him. I wouldn't expect a man like you to know who I am, but I know you. We all do. Lord Kyan's retainer and leader of the rebellion, Gosetsu, notorious fugitive wanted dead or alive by the Empire. Is that what this is all about? I am hardly the first man to earn the ire of the Empire, nor will I be the last. Was not Namai home to brave and true warriors who fought beneath our banners for king and country? They fought and they died, every last one of them, and the Imperials came looking for more because of them. They were this close to killing us all, to burning our village to the ground. We've only just begun to enjoy some semblance of peace. Never again, do you understand? We've had enough of you and yours. Whatever it is you're plotting, leave us out of it. Passionate as his pleas may be, surely he must know that I cannot leave things as they are. For now I shall respect his wishes. Must continue on towards our final destination, the House of the Fierce, proud headquarters of the Doman Liberation Front. There is a secret entrance to the north of Namai, by way of a small spring. Come, I will show you. Right, but first I'm actually heading back into the village because it has an aetheryte. Anything else I should be paying attention to here? I don't need the delivery Moogle. Menders. Oh, Falcon Porter. I hardly ever use the porters. I feel like it's more of like a vestigial kind of leftover from earlier days of the game, I think. It isn't really needed with how easily you can teleport and unlock flying in these areas and all that nowadays. It's still good to unlock each of them as I go along, just in case I need them at some point. Merchant. It's probably still only 62 level gear. Yeah, I don't care. I'll wait until the next chunk of the story. After I leave Yanxia and find some new location or whatever. Lise, what are you doing way up here? This must be the spring. Sure, I suppose. Why are you this far back? Just to, like, point out the entrance to the area to me? Some NPC down here just fishing at the spring. And there I was thinking our swimming days were behind us. Yeah, no. Not now that we've unlocked it. This way, this way. We must dive into the water. Have no fear, it's but a short distance. You need not hold your breath for long. I need not hold my breath at all, actually. I can breathe underwater, thank you very much to the Kojin. With the measuring... I mean, I assume it's for measurement. Oh well. Let's just go ahead and see what we got. I do like how they unlock the ability to like swim around underwater and then immediately everywhere you go it's like, now we must swim. You're not very good at this, are you, Gosatsu? How invigorating! Congratulations, my friends! You are come to the House of the Fierce. I require but a moment to catch my breath. Am I seriously up to... Oh god, I'm almost 70 as a samurai. Well, okay then. I suppose that's okay. I think I spent most of Heaven's Word with my Dragoon being almost 70 already, like 10 levels ahead of everything. They'll be fine. They'll level sync me at any point where they're like, you need to play this at level. And I'll have a glimpse of madness. Liberation Front Guard welcomes heroes from distant lands, which he's doing his best to compose himself. You are Astra and Lurth, are you not? We were told of your coming. Heroes of Eosia. We of the Doman Liberation Front are honored to receive you. You would be so good as to follow me. Took us a whole lot longer to find the resistance on this inn than it did over at the wall.
This
At
is the
Belsar's
House of
Wall.
the Fierce, but there are so few of them.
Yeah. Did you forget the part where the Doman resistance was already crushed? We have to rebuild it, Lise.
Many kindred spirits remain in hiding following the rebellion. Many others gave their lives for their nation. We are a stubborn remainder. Even accounting for our comrades in the field, we are at a fraction of our former strength, 'tis true. Yet we few are patriots. Brothers in arms, prepared to fight with every fiber of our being to set our people free.
Ever are we hopeful that others will join our cause.
There she
but
is.
Never did I dream that you would journey so far.
Hey, Yugiri.
Yukiri! Gods, it's good to see you. You look great, by the way. Have you been here long?
You were there when she and Gosetsu said goodbye. She's been here about that long.
I returned but recently, having concluded my mission. Oh, it is good to see you again, my friends.
Did I hear aright? Your mission is concluded? Then you have found the young master.
Ere we speak of that, I would know by what fortuitous circumstance our friends came to be here.
Less than fortuitous, actually. They completely crushed us over in Girabania. So now we would need to spread the Empire thin.
The Empire's crimes are all too familiar. Lys, my heart goes out to your people.
We wanted to stay and fight, believe me, but we knew it wouldn't work. We needed more time to rebuild, and more allies to stand with us against the Empire. So we decided to come here and help you free Doma. To show everyone that you're not alone, and that the Garleans can be beaten if we work together. I'd like to think we proved that in the Ruby Sea.
That you did, Lys, and far more besides. Needless to say, your assistance would be most welcome.
Hear, hear. Now then, Yugiri, you must tell me of your search for our master.
Lest you wonder, he speaks of Lord Hien, son of Lord Cayenne, who perished during the rebellion. When it became clear that all hope of victory had gone, Lord Hien bade us deliver as many of our people as we could to safety beyond our borders. But as his father's heir, he was determined to fight on, and so he did, until he suffered a grievous wound in battle and vanished without a trace. Until now. For I have found Lord Hien, seen and spoken with him, on the Azim steppe.
O boundless and merciful Kami, the young master lives. Tell me, was he well? Did his wound yet ail him? Where is he now? Have you brought him back to us?
Slow down, Gosetsu.
You may take comfort in the knowledge that he is hale and whole. However, when I invited him to return with me to Doma, he had this to say. If Doma yet thirsts for the blood of patriots and tyrants, I shall offer unto her my blade. But if she has had her fill of bitter draughts, I shall offer unto her conquerors my head. Thrice did I declare to him that no true son or daughter of Doma would ever accept such a sacrifice. But for all my passion, he would not be swayed. Learn the truth of her heart and return to me, he said. And so I left him.
The words of one made to wear the mantle of leadership too soon. Yet there is wisdom in them all the same. If the people no longer yearn to be free, 'twould be folly to rekindle the fires of war.
To suffer our master, to surrender his life and forsake all hope of freedom is by far the greater folly. I will not go to face my fallen comrades having done naught to stop it.
Nor I, Shadow Walker, nor I. But we need not rouse our comrades to battle this day. Let us instead welcome our honored guests and allow them a moment of respite.
shattered aetherite. Interesting. Because, I mean, a shattered aetherite would imply to me that, like, the Imperials got in here, or almost got in here at some point, and either they destroyed it, or the Liberation Front destroyed it so that they couldn't get in. Or actually, I think I have heard this. I think I actually did hear this story before. Is this the one where they sent, like, hundreds of Imperial soldiers through, and then they destroyed the aetherite on this end, basically casting them into the ethereal sea in order to stop them from getting in? I think this is the story they told earlier. They shattered this aetherite and basically sent a bunch of Imperial soldiers just hurtling into the ethereal sea because they were caught up, like, mid-teleport. Hell of a way to go. As you could see, they went to great lengths to disable the aetherite. Apparently, in the twilight days of the rebellion, they feared that Xenos would be willing to risk sending unattuned conscripts. That said, it is hardly irreversible. Given the necessary materials, it would be a challenge to repair it alone, but mayhap with my brother's help? Oh yeah, actually, that wouldn't have been here, no. That was from a history lesson, so that was a long time ago. They must have just destroyed this one to prevent it from happening in general. The one I'm thinking of was a long time ago. That was Sildi and Ul'dah, the war between them, I think, is when that happened. You should hear this, Ash. He was just telling me about Xenos and the rebellion. What you have to understand is that it was not a simple matter of numbers. The bulk of the 12th never even took the field. It was Xenos stratagems that won the war. They were unlike anything we had ever seen. His formations were unorthodox, bewildering. We honestly thought we had him on the back foot. One moment we were pressing home our advantage, the next we were surrounded and at his mercy. And then he stood before us, his cornered prey. Alone and unarmed, he beckoned us to come forward and fight for our lives. One by one, my comrades charged. Well, there's your problem. You fought him one at a time. Fearless and unflinching, he would dance amidst their blades for a time, then draw close as if to embrace. One after another, he made us watch. Understand? He made us watch. What kind of monster enjoys killing people? I think there was any joy in it. Nor justice, nor morality, nor meaning. To him, the weight of one life is no different from that of 1,000. Challenge had been issued and was accepted, but on finding us no challenge at all, his objective changed. There were tales of Imperial soldiers being flayed for slaughtering families, for breaking brave men's spirits. Only later did I come to understand why. He did not desire obedience. He desired hate. Men consumed by it. A new battle, a new enemy, a new challenge. A hunt, I am told he called it. A hunt without end. And when all our best lay dead and broken, he left. He left muttering that we had bored him. But our weapons at least held his interest, for he took a fallen samurai's sword, having grown fond of it. Since that day, he has ever wielded far eastern blades. He is said to be fascinated by ones with storied histories, so soldiers who seek to curry his favor often present those of defeated enemies as gifts. Like it's all a game to him. People are suffering, dying, and he's collecting swords. We all feel the same. My lady, you must understand. On the battlefield, reasons do not matter. The victor is not the just, but the strong, and the strong become the heroes of the tale. We were not strong enough. Not sufficient to be right. Be just. Without strength, our path has but one end. Hey, Gary. How you doing? Our resources are limited. Our stronghold is secure. You may rest and recover here in safety. Your number, limited resources. Yes, they need to be very careful about everything they do. Mayhap a brief respite is in order. Were I 20 years younger, these wounds would not warrant a second glance. Alas, no samurai has the strength to defeat that villain old age. But what say you to the House of the Fierce? Compared to your rising stones, I concede it may seem somewhat lacking. But it has been a haven these past 10 years to all who would set Doma free. Regrettably, our efforts in that time have come to little and less. When the Emperor died, we were so sure the hour of our liberation was at hand. But Zeno soon put paid to that. With the aid of Yotsuyu and the secret she sold. I do hope you have taken the opportunity to rest and recover. It is well that you spoke with one of the survivors of the massacre. To defeat one's foe, one must first understand his true nature. As the Alamegan resistance has struggled, so too has the Doman Liberation Front. More so perhaps given the precarious position in which we find ourselves in the wake of our doomed rebellion. We are few, and our enemies legion. We are weak, and they strong. Yet with your help, I believe that there is little we cannot achieve. I only hope the depth of our predicament has not shaken your commitment to our cause. Yeah, that's not a problem. So long as I can expect a suitably generous reward. What a dick. Relish the challenge. You relish the thought of facing that monster again. But of course, the hero of Eorzea fears no foe. Or he's just completely insane. Or blessed by a bunch of gods and goddesses, so who cares? Stubborn remainder. Now then, should be glad to discuss our next course of action. Though now that I think on it, I myself have been away from Doma for some time. Even after my return, the search for Lord Hien commanded my full attention. Mayhap it would be to both our benefit if we were to see the reality of Doma for ourselves. But did my lord not bid me learn the truth of her heart? Let us do this together. Let us go among the people and with our own eyes bear witness to their hardship. As a foreigner in these lands, your reputation does not precede you. Moreover, unlike Gosetsu, I can accompany you without attracting unwanted attention. I'd like to join you if that's alright. By all means. You should be glad of your company and your perspective. Namai is not far. I say we begin there. So they're sending me straight back to the village, so I could have just picked up the ether right now, but oh well. It doesn't say to talk to them in Namai village, it says to follow them there, so... Oh, hey Alice. This made for a natural hideaway. Could be easily defended in the event of an attack. That said, the entrance is not the most convenient. So I may run into them along the way rather than only when I get to the village, so probably shouldn't just teleport. God, every single time we dive underwater, I just love it. I love the underwater traversal so much. They're wearing, like, normal villager clothing? God, are they gonna make me dress up like that again? Yuri told me to wear this outfit. My legs haven't felt this light and airy in ages. She probably took the giant freaking greaves off. I'm glad to see that you too put thought into your garments given the covert nature of our activities. Did I? I should think my reason's obvious. Going to the village while wearing the garb of the shinobi would be beyond reckless. I wonder if I came in here wearing ninja artifact armor, if she'd say anything different. We shall pose as traveling merchants. Ash as our leader, and we as his assistants. Are there any objections? Not really a merchant type, but if you think this is the best way to go about it, I'll trust you. Uh-oh. A random egg has appeared. And without further ado, let us begin. Sorry, just had to. Today's her birthday. could legally go to jail. Homicide time, yeah. It's okay, I know how to not get caught. I had to say it. Yeah, boy. My samurai is the best level. Unfortunately, it's only a temporary thing. Yeah, boy. Honami. You the one who came with the general? No? I see. My mistake. Warms my heart to see traveling merchants in the Maya again. Though the Imperials never sealed our borders, folks like you have taken to avoiding Yanxia ever since the rebellion. Fortunately, that has only made it harder for us to survive. May have noticed, but we lack for a great many things. It was not much better before, true, but it has only gotten worse. Chigusa? You, a merchant. Forgive me my skepticism, but you strike me less a man of commerce and more a common sellsword. Give your best impression of Hancock. Oh my god. Oh, let's not. Let's go with a simple smile. I stand corrected. Such a warm and cordial nature you possess. Pray you forgive me my earlier rudeness. It's been some time since the Viceroy came to our village and to purge it of insurgents. Those who resisted suffered terribly, and those who did not fared little better. We who remain know better than to risk her ire. If the Imperials demand laborers, we comply. If they demand conscripts to send as soldiers to other provinces, we obey. Ours is a difficult life, with little in the way of luxuries. I know not what you sell, merchant, but I doubt that I, nor anyone else here, can afford it. A traveling merchant, with meat perchance? Ah, better not to know when I have so little coin. I feel your eyes upon me. You know not the Lupin. Surely you have not been long in Yanxia, else you would. Generations we served as the lords of Doma, compassionate and wise as they were. But the memories of such times fade with every passing day, as others will tell you. the second in the tier. Yeah, I did see that you guys had cleared P2S recently. You guys are studying P3 now? That's alright. I'll just keep playing through the MSQ, and hopefully by the time I get to the Azim Step, don't want to fight the Hellspawn. Seems hard. Foreign peddlers in Namai. Whatever it is you sell, I have no money to buy it. Perhaps you should go elsewhere. Saying that, I know of no villa in Yanxia that is fed any better. Once I would have directed you to the samurai lords of Monzen, had they not all died in battle or in the purges. There is the Doman Enclave, of course, but that lies beyond the Dairyu Moon Gates. Needless to say, the Imperials are disinclined to let any but their own pass. I feel like you're Silent Samurai Escort. It works. I've seen these looks before. Same weary hopelessness, just like Alagana. Yep. And I oop. That's okay, we don't need any shins, JJ. Oh my god, you have... I didn't even realize they made a minion of her, JJ. What the hell? Oh my god. Sharon, what have you learned? From the art books? This and I encountered much of the same. They have been pushed beyond the brink. I expected frustration and disillusionment. Not so much that they would come to question the wisdom of opposing Imperial rule in the first place. Unless we can convince them otherwise, I fear I cannot convince Lord Hien to return. Without him... The ones we leave behind. Let us not yet lose hope. Though the situation in Namai is bleak, mayhap it is not so elsewhere. I wish to speak with others outside the village. These and I will look for farmers in the paddies to the east. Ash, I ask that you look to the south. Surely they cannot all have given in to despair. Oh. Blue quest popped up. 2 of them, in fact. And it's Honami again. Fly, my pretties! Pest problem? You've doubtless already taken in the paddy fields that fill Namai. We rice farmers consider our paddies as children. They certainly require just as much attention. There's really a day we do not worry about pests or something else that might do our fields harm. Wait for 2 seconds and you're gone. Yep. If you would like to know more about life in our village, why don't you try helping us tend to our paddies? Speak with my husband, Ageta. I know he will be glad for any help he can get. Ah, got caught in a bucket. Oh boy. I'm not even sure how to get... it looks like it's a roundabout path. Okay, so it's actually back this way. I need your taxi, let you know. Not for right now. For the first time through the area, like I said to Mello yesterday, for the first time through the area, I'll go through kind of the way the game wants me to, but if there's any leftover ether currents I'm missing or whatever, then got the hopes you enjoy foul odors. Hello there, traveler. I require your help if you have the time. While I belong to the Doman Liberation Front, I am also a proud resident of Namaya with my own responsibilities to the village. I've been told to guard this spring, and under no circumstances am I to leave my post. However, there's another job related to the village I need to take care of. I was hoping you might do it in my stead. Here, take this liquid and sprinkle it around that area over there. You have my thanks. Hello, traveler. It is dangerous to go alone. Take this liquid. Smelly liquid at the designated locations. The poo-poo water. Shit. Oh, so it does actually want me to do it further up there. Alright, I'll snag that one. And if need be, I can just teleport back to the village. Yeah, most things won't follow me long enough, so just outrun it all. Make use of very short distance teleports going through an area the first time, because I don't have mount speed ups and I don't have flying, so oh well. Agata, you'd like to help me tend my fields? That sounds fantastic to me. There aren't too many young folk left in the village, and rice farming is hard work, let me tell you. Firstly, I would have you remove the arrowheads from my field. There's a pesky weed that inhibits the growth of rice plants. Come speak with me again once you are done. Pay no attention to JJ sitting there on this, like, horribly evil glowing mount just in the middle of this calm village. So you've worked up quite a sweat. Thanks for helping. Namaya is actually a local term for the arrowhead. It does make you wonder just who thought naming a village after a weed was a good idea. Next, we need to deal with any pests that lurk in the paddies. Although it will not be your job per se, you shall use the house sparrows. I have trained for the task. I keep them in this birdcage. Please set them free near my paddy fields. Once they have all flown the cage, clap your hands. They've trained them to recognize that as their signal to begin working. Applaud little birdies to make them do their job. Thank you so much for all your help. I will not be needing to worry about the pests for the time being. I told my wife to give you some compensation for your troubles. You need some encouragement, JJ. Go on ahead and talk to her. I still have work to take care of here. It is interesting to see what quests Square Enix decides are important enough to have ether currents behind them. Especially when it's weird little ones like this. It's just like, oh, help someone out in the rice fields. Hello again. I do hope the work was not too hard on you. It's not an easy job, but the sense of satisfaction when you are able to taste the very rice you have reaped. Used to be a lot more, lucky bastard, yep. Words do not do the sensation justice. Harvest is still a long way off, but we are ready to put the work in. All we need is a little help from the weather and things will be fine. Oh my, I almost forgot. Here's your payment for today. That's how it goes when you're going through the expansions, like, way behind everyone else. It'd just be these three? Yeah. Can I even get up there, or is that one way up top? No, that one's further down, actually. There it is. It looks like I need to get back up. So far it hasn't been too bad. Okay, you must go for a raid. Thank you for the birthday wish. I'll have fun. Yeah, you have tried to have fun too, JJ. With trying to learn a new fight that you're really not looking forward to. Right. Just a lot of orange on the eyes. You'll see eventually. Finished already. Fantastic. I'm glad you were wondering just why that liquid smells so foul. It's made from a mix of pungent ingredients. Animal innards, resin, garlic, to name but a few. It does a fantastic job of keeping the beasts at bay. One of my friends in the Alamegan Resistance taught me how to make it. Oh, and you will want to give your clothes, let us see, 3 thorough scrubbings ought to do it. What is all the... Yeah, that's all the blue quests that popped. Yeah, honestly, there's a chance I may not even make it to Azim Steps today. Yanxia looks like it's going to be just as sort of big and just as much story like the Ruby Sea had. I was hoping there might be a chance that I would like pop in and then they'd be like, okay, we need to go straight to the Azim Steps and then come back to Yanxia later. Why is this one suddenly coming back here? That's right. Just leave me alone, Reiner and Beatles. Thank you, thank you. If you hadn't come along, I don't know what I would have done. What am I doing out here? Looking for flowers. Need some from my parents' graves. Ones my brother and I usually bring are yellow, but it was my mother's favorite color. Because it was my mother's favorite color. You haven't seen any, have you? Oh, it looks like they're way over here. Rather than just being nearby. I have to be off through a whole bunch of random enemies that are all going to target me. Well, this isn't going to work, because I'm running right into a third one. But hey, at least I can avoid the other ones by sending them away, basically. There we go. I'll at least cut down on the number of them I have to deal with. Oh, whoops, forgot this one. Yeah, of course they did. Count on pretty much every enemy to just randomly, quote unquote, turn around as soon as I'm trying to get past them. That should be far enough. Just leave me alone. To do blah blah blah. Oh, you found some. Thank you so much, sir. It's twice you saved me now. If you have some time to spare, maybe you could come with me? I'm sure Mother and Father would want to meet the man who showed me such kindness. I buried them on a cliff to the west of the village. There's a path through the terraces. I'll show you. And back up again. No, it's up. Huh. Path through. Okay. And then what? Circle around? How do I even get back up from here? Looks like there's a bridge. It looks like there's a way over there. Yeah, no, because that's the terraces. So no, I think it's up here. But then there's no real way to cross. I can't tell where they're trying to send me, man. See if I just go through here. And the kid ran off in a different direction, but who knows? Maybe this will work better. I don't care, game. And no, this isn't doing anything. It's just leading me back to the same exact location. Wonderful. I don't know what they expect. Obviously up there, but there's no friggin' path. I mean, there has to be, because I have to be able to do this before getting flight, but... Oh, is it all the way around? Like back through the village and then up around the other direction? Then why did you have the kid run off in a completely different direction than the way I actually need to go in order to get there? I'm not taking any chances. Hi, Gigi. I'm just gonna climb up as high as I possibly can here before even bothering to try and get out there. Yeah, the kid ran off in completely the wrong direction. But here, just give me a moment to put down the flowers and I'll introduce you. They love to meet travelers and hear tales of faraway places. Maybe you could tell them one about your homeland. Azami! Azami, are you there? Azami! What in the... You should not be here! Get away from my sister! Don't be so rude, he saved me from the monsters! He even helped me pick flowers for Mother and Father. Go back to the village, now. You're scaring me. I said go! Stay inside and lock the door until I return. Don't think me ungrateful. My sister's the only family I have. You saved her, then thank you. But it changes nothing. I asked you to leave, and now I'm asking you again. Not going to report you to the Imperials or anything stupid like that, but it's too dangerous for you to stay here. So I'm begging you, just leave us alone. So she told you, did she? Yeah, that's right. Mother and father believed in the rebellion. They left to fight for Lord Cayenne. They came home on a cart driven by Imperial soldiers. Soldiers demanded that the families of the insurgents present themselves, or else they burned the whole village to the ground. So we did. What choice did we have? They beat us in the village square, with their hands, with sticks, with anything. Kicked us while we lay on the ground begging for mercy. Made us denounce my mother and father, call them fools and traitors, say they deserve to die. I heard them laugh, but I dared not look up. One leaned close and whispered in my ear what he'd do to my sister if they had to come back. They're gone, but they're never far. All it takes is the wrong word in the wrong ear and they'll return. Then I'll have to dig another grave, if I'm lucky. Whatever you came here to do, leave us out of it. If you want to fight the Imperials, go and fight them on your own. Can't help us. No one can. This is all we've got, so don't take it from us. What's wrong? Did something happen? You are coming at a good time. We but recently completed our inquiries. What of yours? I was not aware of these events. The boy, Issei, told you all of this. Such disgraceful, despicable crimes. If I knew the men responsible, I would not hesitate to hunt them down and... Forgive me. Outburst was unbecoming. The more I learn of the Imperial's actions in my absence, the more difficult I find it to marshal my emotions. Could Lord Hien have foreseen this? That our people's spirits would be broken so? But first I scoffed at his pronouncement. It feels all too possible now that he might resolve to surrender himself. At least something we can do, right? Can't just give up and go home, not after everything we've been through. New Ruby Tithe. Despite everything we have seen and learned, I refuse to renounce this cause. We should return to the House of the Fierce and consult with our comrades. Perhaps together we might... Did you hear that? Quickly, we must find a place to hide. Oh. More blue quests have already opened up. I lost my grandchild. Please help me search for him. He's right next to me until a short while ago. Can't believe I lost sight of him so easily. Asking a lot of questions about the One River. Perhaps he went there searching for something. I truly hope that's not the case. I have heard that a group of Lupin looters roam the area of late. Please search along the One River for my grandson. I shall continue to look for him here. I'll probably just grab these, and if they're not right in the village proper, then I'll just hold on to them until I leave. Could I ask you to help me with a problem of mine? It concerns some water serpents that have recently infested the One River. They used to only be found further to the west, but for one reason or another, that some have found their way closer to Namai. If prepared properly, they are quite delectable. However, there are far more in the river than one could ever hope to cook. No, their numbers must be controlled by other means. Please slay a few of them for me, enough to stop them from taking the whole river for their own. And should you happen to get your hands on a few of their livers, please deliver them to my husband Sente. You'll find him in the Drunken Toad to the east. Okay, so all of these are... yeah, further out to the southwest. Alright, I'll just hold on to them for now. Someone coming. I didn't hear anything. Behind me. They come from the south. I swear to God, game. If you make me stand here and watch while something horrible happens and refuse to do anything again, don't you dare do it. Something horrible starts happening, you best let me go out there and start kicking some ass.
Imperials.
Obviously.
Why are you milling about like a pack of slack-jawed mongrels? Form a line! Now! Finally. I come before you today to deliver an announcement of the highest import. So listen well. While on a charitable mission to Isari village, the acting viceroy and her personal guard came under attack from Confederate forces. This brazen, unconscionable act cannot and will not go unanswered. As loyal subjects of the Empire, who enjoy her safety and prosperity, you have a duty to defend her as well. There is no cause for alarm. We have no intention of sending ill-trained fodder to the front line. Those who are selected will be expected to perform rudimentary tasks, cleaning and maintenance and so forth. You will serve only as long as you are needed. Afterwards, you'll be free to return to your homes.
Sure.
You first.
The Empire has no pressing need of cleaners. This is but a thinly veiled attempt to intimidate those who supported the Confederacy's actions, and isolate any whose loyalty they already suspect.
And lastly, you. That should suffice for now.
Don't worry, I will be back before you know it. Listen to the elders while I'm away, and do not play outside the village. Everything is going to be fine. I love you, all right? Remember that I love you.
We thank you for your cooperation. Rest assured that this will all be over very soon, once the Confederacy has been made to pay our own ruby tithe.
There's no telling what might happen to those people. We have to help them.
And we shall. But before all else, we must needs ascertain their destination. I doubt this is the first village the Garleans have visited, nor is it like to be the last. I will track these men. Will you help me?
Yeah.
Pray return to our headquarters and tell the others what you saw here. Should we have need of reinforcements, I would know that they are ready.
Now you're doing it, Yugiri? Everybody needs to stop praying returning.
But I should be going with you. I came here to fight!
Soon enough, Lys. Soon enough. For now, we must proceed with caution.
I know that. I do. It's just... when I saw them rounding those people up... Look, if anything happens, anything at all, you'd better call for us. I mean it, Yugiri. Anything at all.
Regardless of what that officer claimed, I fear they have crueler designs for these people. With me, Ash. We must hurry. They're gonna... Yeah, they might take me pretty close to some of the areas I need to go to for these side quests. Guess we'll see. Given the circumstances, we must make every effort to refrain from needless violence. Here, it is a shinobi's tool. For when a more discreet approach is required, use it with these darts. They are coated with an alchemical reagent that induces a deep sleep. Soldiers patrolling ahead. Circumstances different, we could engage them directly, but for the villagers' sake, we dare not risk it. We'll use our blowguns to incapacitate them. Regardless of your familiarity with such weapons, you are a veteran warrior. I'm sure it will come naturally to you. Nevertheless, practice is in order. I don't think I can... Yeah, no. Ninja's 60. I'm a couple levels too short to switch over to that right now. That's fine, though. Yugiri can be the ninja. I'll just keep being the samurai. There, the soldier on the hill below. Take aim and fire. If the dart finds its mark, he should fall within moments. Surroundings for the Imperial soldier, you may move the camera as well as zoom in and out. Target the soldier and use the blowgun with left click. Okay, so it's a sniper game at this point. It's an interesting little mini game. I don't feel like it's something that's going to come back very often. Well done, my friend. Now give me your map. There's a vantage point from which you may observe and fire upon the other soldier. Oh my god. This is like something straight out of a GTA game or a Saints Row or something, right? A guardian angel type of thing. I'm sitting up here while Yugiri's running around and I have to take people out. Worry not. I shall be with you every step of the way, keeping watch for other patrols. We shall speak again on the other side of the river. I mean, mechanically, gameplay-wise, I get what they were trying to go for here, but there's no way you would ever use a blowgun at this range. Just wouldn't happen. This is a complete sniper game. That one first, because no one's really watching him. Then I'll grab the one from behind. I don't know that it really matters what order you shoot these guys in, if they'll actually see each other go down or not. You really don't need to zoom in much. It automatically has the little 4 arrows on the side to tell you when you've targeted someone, so you can just shoot it pretty easily from there. As the Imperial soldier crumples to the ground asleep, you put away your blowgun and prepare to rejoin Yugiri. Oh, ether current. Better snag that one while I'm here. You sure I'm... Yeah. No, he's gonna hit me. Yep, of course. You can just let me have the ether current, huh? Could have just let me have it. That was an option too, then you wouldn't have had to die. Oh, these were also hunt marks too. Good to know. Now, what's up here? Wolves and weeds. I only really see weasels around here. Oh, there it is. It's the grandson that he was looking for. Grandfather's looking for me, you say? I can't go back just yet. I'm still searching for that which was taken from me. Mind my own business gathering mugworts when some nasty Lupin stole them right out of my hands. Just the Lupin if they give me back my plants. You'll find them on the other side of the river. Oh boy. What do we got? These supposed to be the Banara. No idea what those are, but they are a target, so there's that. Jesus, they hit hard. They're level 64, but even that, I'm still higher level. Just have this massive ravaging attack. Do you... What the... There we go. Centurio seals, now what? Oh wow, I actually do just talk to him. Surprising. You would have us return something significant child's mugworts. That make me laugh. Whole area belongs to us, including any plants that may happen to be plucked by a child of man. Yeah, no. And that's what you get. All for some stupid plants from a kid. You had to try and be big, strong men about it. And now you're all dead. Yeah, I probably should take it back to the kid first, because who knows if I'm ever going to come right back this way or if they're just going to teleport me all over the place. As for the other one, that's all the way back at the village, right? Yeah, pretty much. So I'll just wait until later and drop that one off when I get a chance. No, I'll have to go around the long way to avoid this idiot. Unless he just turns and decides to attack me. She almost did. Get them to return my mugworts. Sort of. Thank you so much. I'm trying to collect plants to make some medicine. Read about it in one of my grandfather's botanicy books. There's so many sick people in the village, I just wanted to help. One more thing I need for the medicine, waterweed. Tried to fish some out of the river earlier with a pole, but I didn't have much luck. Did you get some for me? Oh god, come on, kid. Why didn't you just tell me you needed that too 5 seconds ago when I was already out there? Said it's here, let me give you 30 steps of a quest one at a time. Play game. How much closer do I have to get? Alright, come on, kid. Tell me this is the last thing you need me to get. Get some waterweed. Yes, yes, I did. Yay, now I have everything I need. I'll go back to Grandfather now. Thanks for your help. Wonderful. Now I can move on with the quest. Even is that? Giant ant-looking thing. Tanaga. Excellent work. They appear to be none the wiser. The villagers are being held in the castrum to the south, Fluminus. Once it was the base of operations for the Garlean occupation, till 10 or so years ago, when they relocated to Doma Castle. Now the castrum serves as little more than a storage facility. I spied 2 sentries near the gate. As you have proven yourself to have impeccable aim, I would ask you to incapacitate them. This very hill should afford you a clear shot. Oh, there's that other guy just... What was that? Literally comes out to look at his friend and does nothing when he sees him passed out on the floor. No others appear to be forthcoming. Well, alright then. I mean, ultimately, I don't know how we're supposed to, Oh. Sorry, that person looked like they were getting a little low on health. Ultimately, I don't know how we're supposed to get away with this, though, right? No matter how perfectly and stealthily we do all this, if the villagers get away, then they're going to take it out on the villages. Plain and simple. Whether they know we are helping the villagers or just assume the villagers had something to do with it. Fine work. You have a gift for the ways of the shinobi. The way is clear. Let us move closer and see what has become of the villagers. Well, I'm a little worried about what we're going to find. Because that kid was dropping some major death flags when talking to his little sister, so there's that. But they're still alive for now. Sir, the yarn from the other villages are assembled for inspection. Very good. I will address them personally. Attention. Shortly you will all be transported to the facility on the distant shore. Your duties, as you have been previously informed, will be rudimentary in nature. More specifically, you will be tasked with the repair and maintenance of various arms and armaments, as well as Magitech devices. Magitech? We're farmers. We don't know the first thing about Magitech. Take us months, if not years, to learn how to do that kind of work. Material in question was damaged when your kith and kin rose up in rebellion. Therefore, you bear the responsibility for its repair. you cannot perform your duties, you will learn how. And if you cannot learn how, then your villages may find themselves at the mercy of the Confederacy and other radical elements. Is that what you want? Deal with this rabble. I am needed in the castle. This is no temporary measure. These men and women will die in servitude. Once they are taken to the other facility, it will be too late. If we are to intervene, we must do so now. And let us be about it. The will to live. Despite the urgency of the situation, we must still proceed with the utmost caution to ensure the safety of the villagers. To wit, we must infiltrate the castrum without raising the alarm. I will deal with any soldiers near the entrance. Stand watch for others approaching from the north until you hear my signal. So you spy no Imperial patrols bound for the castrum. Hawk's cry pierces the silence. Yugiri is waiting. Just ride into the center of the castrum on horseback. I'm sure it'll be really discreet. Spindly soldier, stocky soldier, and strapping soldier. What is that? Oh. That is good. We may proceed as planned. These ones shall not soon wake. However, the others are too close to the villagers. Incapacitating them as I did these ones is far too risky. Fortunately, a solution presents itself. Have you disguise yourself as an Imperial soldier and convince them that a changing of the guard is in order. You have your pick of uniforms. They shall not protest. I have to see what happens if I try to use these uniforms. Far too large. Far too small. Just right. Uniform might force you to confront certain uncomfortable realities better left unexplored. Those are the Goldilocks of uniforms. More or less your size. Yep. Well, looks like my internet's starting to struggle again. Hopefully it stabilizes and doesn't just become worse. All due care and consideration, you relieve the sleeping soldier of their uniform. I shall hide these ones where none will find them. Our sleeping beauties have been laid to rest in their bunks. While I was in the barracks, I happened upon these spare uniforms in case the items in your possession are not to your liking. Wagi, Hakama, and Choka number 55. That's not bad, actually. Previous Imperial uniform I stole didn't work that well with most things, but this is pretty decent, actually. Oh well. Appears to be filled with a nigh infinite supply of Imperial equipment, though it would be best if you do not attempt to put that cursory assessment to the proof. Okay, so those just give you extra if you somehow lose it, which I don't know how you would do, considering it's right in the middle of the quest where I'm supposed to use it. Kabuto and Teko should match the Iwagi, Hakama, and Choka in your possession. And with that, you have a full set. I am sure that once you change, it will seem as though it was bespoke. You will need to give the soldiers guarding the villagers a proper imperial salute to complete the deception and convince them to come here, where I will be waiting to deal with them. The Teko's not too bad. Not a big fan of the Kabuto. I can already tell I won't be. I mean, it's not terrible. It matches the set, but I just don't like it in general. Anyway. I'm still gonna have to fight, and these things are still gonna want to attack me, and I'm wearing gear that has, like, no stats on it. Wonderful. Thanks, game. Leave, dogs. No one wants you here. Changing of the guard, is it? About bloody time. Just looking at these on is making me depressed. Reminds me of when I was in their shoes, pissing myself in fear. Is it time already? Not that I'm complaining, mine, but I thought the others would be gone longer. Guess I was supposed to go around the back side of the buildings. Oh well. Now, I'll hold on to the helmet just in case, I suppose. But the rest of this I'm definitely holding on to. That's all level 60 though. I mean, I get it, that's the level for this, but still. I want that hat. Be nice if it was just like a level 1, since it's just a glam set and nothing else. Just a few more years. Snore. These ones shall sleep soundly along with the others. And with that, there are no more soldiers to trouble us. We can dispose of that accursed uniform, too. It's time to guide the villagers to freedom. Actually... Nah. Maybe later. I mean, it's a good design, but wearing Imperial uniforms right now seems a little tasteless.
Listen to me, all of you. We have dealt with the Imperials for now, but you must flee this place quickly.
Dealt with them? Oh no. You didn't kill them, did you?
Are you mad? There's no escaping the Empire. Running will only make it worse.
To stay is to die. You know this to be true. Even if you lack the will to fight, surely you have the will to live! Or has that, too, been beaten out of you? Is this what has become of Doma?
You were Lord Hien's retainer, trained to fight without fear and obey without question. Well, we're not. We're lost and afraid. We hate this, all of this, but we can't do a damn thing to change it. And trying will only make it worse. It's a pathetic existence, but it's all we got. And when people like you come here pretending it can be different, it doesn't help, all right?
Peace, boy. Peace. She came to help, and for that we should be grateful.
Elder, your face.
We all have scars. Some too many to bear. Too many battles. Too much lost. Our friends, our family, even our liege. We who survived are forced to bend the knee, to sell our souls and surrender our dignity. How are we to lift our heads when this shame weighs so heavily upon us? Your courage, your resolve, they are as salt in our wounds.
If they only knew what you would do for them, my lord. You have made your plight clear, and I shall impose my will no more. But know this, brothers and sisters of Doma. For all you have suffered, for all the horror and the ignominy, you are still here. You are still alive. My lord prays you value your life as highly as he does. As for me, I swear by all the Kami in creation that I will free you from this torment, no matter the cost.
If the Imperials come for me, I will tell them we were tricked by an Ori woman.
Tell them whatever you must to keep your loved ones safe.
Why would you... After everything...
Ah, mount speed increase. Nice. Daughter of the Deep. Apologies. I was lost in thought. Mayhap they have the right of it. Mayhap we are fools for urging them to rise once more. Yet I have to believe, that in their heart of hearts they still Now is not the time. We must finish what we started. I have in my possession a powerful medicine that befuddles the mind and memories. We must administer it to the soldiers ere they wake. Shouldn't you have already done that when you were putting them in their beds? Medicine will leave the soldiers confused and unable to clearly recall recent events. They'll suspect that they fell asleep at their posts and be reluctant to discuss it with others. It's not more than a temporary measure, but we dare not kill them for the sake of the villagers. Tend to the last two I put to sleep. I shall see to the others. Again, you should have already done that with the others. Find a suitable place for him? Kidding me? I have to run all over this area with enemies that want to attack me? Just to move the bodies around a little? Oh well. The mount speed up. Oh yeah, that's much better.
Forgive me for making you search. It calms me, the sound. It helps me to remember the sway of the ocean when I close my eyes. Despite the many great and noble things I said, in truth I am not of Doma. I was born beneath the waves of the Ruby Sea.
Yeah, I already know this. I met your parents.
To think that you were there, that you even spoke with my mother and father. They are in good health, then. The knowledge is of great comfort to me. That I might have the strength to protect my home from the Empire, I left to learn the secrets of the shinobi. Day and night we trained, ever striving to exceed our mental and physical limits. After a time, my skills were recognized, and I was dispatched to assist the Doman Liberation Front. It was then that I met Lord Kyan and his son, and their loyal samurai, Gosetsu. Good men all, brave and true, so clear their eyes, so pure their purpose. Any shinobi would have been proud to serve them and Doma. But, in the end, I will always be of the sea. Every day, I pray for my home and for the people I left behind, that they might be spared the wages of war and live in peace, untouched by this madness. I confessed this to Lord Hien once. Do you know what he said to me? He said, "Good. We are better for the conviction of our allies, and draw inspiration from their example. What is weak alone may together grow stronger." Never did I lose faith in them. Even when all was lost and I led our people to Eorzea, I clung to the belief that our dream would one day be realized. But when I gazed into those eyes bereft of hope, when those broken men balked at liberty, the dream was shattered. That you remain resolute even in the face of everything we have seen. It heartens me more than you know. Thank you for standing by this naive fool. An Imperial airship. It is bound for Doma Castle. Quickly, we must rejoin the others.
Honestly, so far I'm thinking Yugiri's the one who's coming out of this with, like, the biggest character development. At least thus far. Okay, all the way back into the House of the Fierce, which means I can... Let me make sure I didn't pick up any new blue quests. No. Okay, so I can just go finish the ones that I haven't turned in yet. I mean, the fact that my mount speed went up almost makes me think I'm done with Yanxia, which makes me think maybe by turning in these blue quests that I haven't finished yet, I might even finish it off and get flight, but there's a whole huge chunk of the map I haven't explored yet. I can't imagine there's no ether currents along all of that. Grandson is at last returned. He told me all about how you helped him gather the ingredients he needed to make medicine. I'm glad he has grown to be a kind-hearted boy. There's still much he need learn about discipline and manners. However, those Lupins should really know better than to steal from a mere child. Their race was once famed for being loyal vassals to some of Doma's mightiest warlords. Doma was crushed by the Empire. Some of them managed to escape, choosing to live as bandits. Pains me to see a race once so proud fall so low. Something else we have Garlemald to thank for, I suppose. And luckily my mount speed is up. So it just feels so much better to run around. Is it way back here? You have business with me, traveler. Water serpent livers. Why did you bring these to me? My wife put you up to it, did she? My sincerest thanks. Shall boil these and eat them shortly. Back in the days when I made my living transporting rice up and down the river, I used to slay any water serpents I saw and take them home to cook. Of course, that all stopped once the Empire blocked off the one river. It's thanks to nature and kind strangers like you that I'm able to put food on my table these days. Thank you so much. Yeah, that's only... definitely not done yet. Not surprising with how much of the map is still unexplored. Plus, I don't think I've been paying as much attention as I could have while I was running around, so I may have missed ether currents already. Oh yeah, 470 yoms to the west, yeah. There's one around here somewhere that I've already missed. That's okay, though. I'll deal with all that when I'm done with the area. For now, let's keep going with the story. The mount speed increase definitely seems to be reflected even in water. It's good to know. Come, come. We must tell the others of this airship, or hear what they know of it.
There you are. What happened? Are the villagers all right?
We freed them, along with many others. Kosetsu, we spied an airship bound for the castle. Know you aught of it?
Aye, that we do. The Crown Prince is come to Doma.
Great. Xenos is here.
We suspect this is a result of recent events in Girabania. Our defeat notwithstanding, there appears to be some concern in Garlemald that subversive elements may be rallying in other provinces. Though Yotsuyu governs Doma, Xenos remains the province's anointed viceroy, and it would seem he has come to assess the current situation in person.
If Xenos is here, we must seize this opportunity and kill him.
Would that it were so simple, Lady Yugiri. You may recall that we encountered Xenos at Rolga's Reach. We have seen firsthand what he can do. His power defies explanation. He faced the Alliance, the Resistance, and the Scions, and he defeated us all. We survived and learned from the experience, it is true. But if we are to defeat him, it will not be through simple opportunism. We will require a flawless plan.
We know his strengths. A prodigious swordsman trained from childhood by the finest Imperial tutors, reputed to be without equal on the battlefield, which is why we must not meet him there. Nay, we keep to the shadows, the domain of the shinobi, and thence we strike. You need only give me the chance.
Were this but a matter of personal revenge, I would not presume to bar your path, for I myself crave that same vengeance. But to draw steel against the Emperor's son is a grave decision, and one that will shape our nation's future. Do not forget Lord Hien's words.
What, that we should sheathe our swords if the people lack the will to fight? I will not squander this opportunity. If we do naught, our master's life is forfeit.
Even should you succeed, Xenos' death will not win Doma her freedom. More likely, her doom. Can we defend our people against the Empire's retribution? We few against a legion? Do not be a fool, child.
Mayhap I am a fool with foolish dreams of a future that will never be. But I cannot, I will not forsake them!
Yugiri, wait!
What now?
Path of no return. We'll not pursue her. It is for her to think on our master's words and recognize the futility of her course. Those, at least, are my thoughts upon the matter. Yours may be different. Should you wish to give chase, I will not bar your path. We each have but one life, and it is not to be spent recklessly in pursuit of our goals. I pray she realizes this soon. Still hanging out by the Aetheryte. Possessed of greater sense than this. She's so eager to risk everything with this mad plan. Yeah, it's just up at the village. Oh. Nope, down by the river. Okay then. Did Gosetsu send you to stop me? And you came of your own free will? You should be surprised if you agreed with my chosen course. No one else did. It is not as fanciful as they would have you believe. Scant moments ago I received the Crown Prince's itinerary from one of our spies in the castle. It would seem that Xenos has no desire to remain in Doma any longer than necessary. He wishes to inspect the moon gates this very eve. His impatience is to our advantage. He arrived without warning and gave Yotsuyu no time to prepare. The whole castle is in a state of upheaval. To avoid any delays, declined a full escort, and will be traveling with no more than a handful of soldiers. The Kami could not have blessed us with more auspicious circumstances. I will kill him. I will. I'm going with you. Or die trying. You understand the risks. Give me. Of course you do. Mayhap better than I. But are you sure? You're not doing this without me. Thank you. I cannot well express what this means to me. We have much to discuss, but we can do so on the way. Yuzuka Mana is some distance from here. We must hurry. Stay calm. No one knows you were here. No one knows you saw anything. No one knows you overheard two rebels plotting to kill the Crown Prince. Stupid, stupid, stupid. You know how this ends? They only have themselves to blame. You have to tell them. You have to. Yep, moving into some whole new areas. Should keep my eyes peeled. Oh, there was a target. You, over here. Nope, further. Now. Is that enough? Yep, that's enough. I only needed the one. What are these things? Gensui Appa. Huh. Should take a little bit of a look around the main path that I didn't use, because there might be an ether current there. This is exactly what I was about to say. 12 yams to the southeast. That was probably the one I didn't bother to get earlier. I'll deal with it later. Be found. All these new enemies. Namazu. Yuzuka Manor. An entire Namazu, like, ruins area? Ah. What are we up to? Level 64. Cool, but how's it look? Nah. It's also not even as strong as the gear I have, which is many levels below it. Tricorn? No. No thanks. Nope. I'm good. How about the weapon, though? Ah, 1 point better. Yeah, not worth it. Battlecraft accessories? No, not really. Yeah, moving from like augmented gear to the next level of augmented gear really just tends to be the best way to do it. As the augmented gear from the previous expansion tends to be a lot stronger than most of the normal gear you're going to get from the expansion after it. Make sure there aren't any more ether currents around here. This is far enough. Let us discuss our plan of attack. Time between the seconds. Xenos' itinerary is as follows. We'll depart Doma Castle by ship and approach the Moon Gates. Magitech field will be deactivated briefly, allowing his vessel to pass. We'll then continue on to these very docks, where he and his entourage will disembark. As you can see, this area is not ideal for an ambush. Wide open, multiple avenues of escape. The manor is better suited to our needs. Let us split up and search for suitable hiding places. Inside, probably. Yeah. Surrounded by walls and deserted, this location appears to be ideal for concealment. Well, yeah. Ah, there you are. From the roof, we would have a clear view of the docks. It is settled. We shall lie in wait here until Xenos arrives. It's discussed. If all goes to plan, he shall fall with my first blow. If not, then the two of us will have to engage him in open combat. His escort is of no consequence, which means that we will have a 2-to-1 advantage. Nevertheless, he is not to be underestimated. All that remains is to wait. Trust that you are ready. Level 66. Sync.
He comes.
The village is not far, my lord. If it please you, we shall escort you there directly.
Less a province than a graveyard. The rotting husk of a broken nation devoid of proper sport. But as his radiance wishes...
Yes, of course, my lord. And may I say how terribly sorry we are that you had to come so far.
We labored long to sow the seeds of hatred, of fear, to train them as beasts. Now we shall see the harvest. Let there be savage beasts baying for blood, and not hollow-eyed prey cowering in the dark, or there will be no joy in this hunt.
It's interesting how aggressively they set up this idea of him being trained like a samurai and loving Eastern swords and wanting to use them constantly, only for later he just becomes a reaper. It's like, does all that just disappear in his character?
Ambush!
Shinobi? And me without my brute.
How weak you are. Is this the sum of your hate?
This is only the beginning. For Lord Kyan! For Doma!
Ah!
Mayhap I shall test this new blade of yours. Let us hope it is to my liking, lest your misfortunes compound. Then again, I am loath to expend such effort on the unworthy. Come, earn the honor.
Okay, then.
Yeah.
Why did I not get... Seems like half the time he just completely blocks my attacks.
This day you die. Leave this to me.
All right.
Ow. Jesus. Just instant one shot down for the count. Nothing you can do.
Let us put you to the proof.
No, I must fight on. I must.
Run, beast, run.
Yeah, none of this matters. I'm not dealing any damage to him, really. And I'm missing half my attacks, too.
Give me something to remember.
Jesus. I mean, I'm technically doing some damage to him, but not anywhere near enough. Yeah, stun down for the count. Yeah, that was just to survive a certain amount of time. One there.
Ah, I remember you. Al Amigo, the champion of the savages.
Look ye where the sun doth rise, see crimson embers darkening skies. Look ye where the sun doth fall, see azure lost amidst the squall.
Oh, how right I was to spare your life. Hear me, hero. Endure. Survive. Live. For the rush of blood. For the time between the seconds. Live. For the sole pleasure left me in this empty, ephemeral world. Live!
Jesus, dude.
You are not worthy.
Hello? Husband! God. Oh, there you go. Have time. Yes, I'm not worthy, Mello.
Imperial dog!
That time you guys had a little fire inside you.
You must flee. We're not going anywhere, do you hear me? We're not running away! What you're doing is stupid and reckless, and I never wanted any part of it, but here we are! I've spent my whole life hating myself. For every time they made me beg, for every time I held my tongue to protect the people I love. And then you came along and reminded me of all the things I never said and never did, and it was even worse. I would have given anything to forget, to walk away, but I knew I'd never be able to live with the guilt.
I just had to remind you how much you hate yourself, I guess.
So we came.
Well, I guess that works.
For you! For ourselves! For Doma!
Death is death, regardless of the reason. Yet you seem determined to die, intruding upon this sacred ground, turning weapons you can scarcely wield upon me. Your lives will not even begin to redress the balance.
How wrong you are!
Good, glad you guys showed up too. Thanks for the Vercure.
Go, now! Gusetsu, see to Yugiri.
Hi!
I can't see a damn thing. Someone stop them! My lord?
What do you expect him to do? He likes this. The fact that they're all starting to rise up again means he'll get a fight. Just walk away today and tomorrow he'll get the fight of his life. Glad to see you all bothered to come here. No. Here, have some more. Not that will not heal with time. Oh, that's good to know. I was about to be super pissed if he was just gonna cut Yugiri down there. Think we were followed. Gods, I have no idea what was going through that man's head. But I am heartily glad that he decided to leave. Oh, and don't thank us, thank Alphino. He's at the House of the Fierce, patiently awaiting your gratitude. Just seen the way he turned pale when he heard about Yugiri's plan, and how you, of all people, had decided to help her. Was it such a panic, barking orders, calling for a squadron to be assembled? As were you. I was rather composed, as I recall, but that's neither here nor there. Thanks, guys. Oh, another ether current. Persimmon leaf sushi. Whatever. Can you believe it? We faced the Crown Prince himself and lived to tell the tale. You've no idea what this means to us. Everyone's talking about getting more weapons and armor and he just walked away, dude. You didn't really face him and push him back. He just walked off. We're not going to stop until we've taken back our homeland. Right. A bit ahead of ourselves, are we? We've got wounded to tend to first. We should get back to the village. Yeah. Got my own. When ready. Actually, I could probably just... Or actually, since I'm heading on my way back there, to the south. Yeah. I have an idea of where it is. I mean, not specifically, but at least in general. I'm pretty sure this is about the end of the Yanxia section. So I better pick up any leftover ether currents that I don't have yet. Especially since I now have the speed boost. Be around here somewhere. Southeast. I mean, what is it, up top? No. Oh, over here. By the river, I guess. To the east, yeah. So it's like all the way around here. Or maybe it's inside the castrum. That's probably what it is. Yep, inside the castrum. Figures. I didn't really bother to look around while I was in there during the quest. To the south, yeah. So it's up here at the top of the hill. Okay. We'll be getting down to just the last couple. Any more? 876 yalms to the north, so that's going to be back up near the village again. So I'll just teleport, since I need to go there anyway. $288 to the west. So that's probably going to be up the hill. Probably up near the kid's parents' grave is. Yeah, I really wasn't paying enough attention, I guess, while I was playing today, and really like looking around while I progressed. $80 to the west. Yep. Should be right up here. Yeah. Can't imagine there's many left. Nope, none nearby. Which means now if I finish this quest, which I presume to be the last one here before they send me to the Azim Steppes, then this should be the last ether current. Unless any new blue quests have opened up. Doesn't look like it. How are you feeling? After fighting that demon, I can only imagine. Suppose I ought to apologize to you for, you know, Anyway, thank you for not giving up on us. The shinobi, too.
How are you feeling, my lady?
Much the better for my comrades' ministrations and your most generous hospitality. You need not worry.
Good. If there is anything else we can do for the two of you, anything at all, just ask.
Stare any harder and you're like to burn a hole in them. Go and say your piece, for goodness sake.
Thank you, Gosetsu.
I've got nothing more to say to them. I'm going to find out how the others are getting on.
Gosetsu, Mistress Alize, I owe you an apology. I acted with reckless disregard for my own safety, and endangered I know not how many others in so doing. Scorning your wise counsel, I knowingly defied our master's wishes, and left you no choice but to follow suit.
Nonsense. I followed our master's wishes to the letter. Consider once more his words, and the intent therein. In offering his head, he but sought to shield his people from harm, loyal retainers included. You must value your life more highly, Shadow Walker.
On the other hand, your recklessness did serve as an inspiration to many. Mayhap you should not be so hard on yourself. In any event, if you must apologize profusely, it seems only right that you expend as much effort thanking the one person who supported your plan from the first.
That it does. There are no words which will suffice. But thank you.
That's good. I wanted to take a second shot at him anyway.
And there they are!
You missed all the action again, Lise.
12 be praised. When I learned of your rather questionable plot to assassinate Xenos, I feared we would need to recruit a new primal slayer.
Uh-huh.
I'm sorry we couldn't be there. Alize made me swear to stay behind no matter what.
Why?
I think she was worried I'd hurl myself at Xenos the moment I set eyes on him.
Yeah, I could see that happening, but I would have been okay with that.
What? You'll forgive me for changing the subject, but now would seem a good time to discuss where we go from here. Though the Empire has yet to retaliate, the fact remains that we have revealed our presence and signaled our intentions in so doing. It is only a matter of time before the Imperials move against us. Given that we lack the strength to oppose them, 'tis plain some manner of brilliant stratagem is required. Therefore, I yield the floor to the preeminent tactician of our time, with whom I was privileged to share a room.
Alphino, we've screwed everything up. Can you make a new plan for us?
If you insist. While in Kagane, we debated a number of approaches and were eventually forced to concede that we cannot look to the Alliance for aid. Even were it possible to ferry sufficient forces and materiel from Eorzea in a timely manner, such a massive undertaking would not long escape the attention of the Empire. It would be a miracle if our ships reached the shore. Fortunately, according to Tataru and Hancock's intelligence, the Empire has withdrawn most of its forces from Doma in the past year, leaving her relatively unguarded. That being the case, a popular uprising spearheaded by the full might of the Doman Liberation Front may feasibly be sufficient to threaten the seat of provincial government, namely Doma Castle. 'Twould be rather easier said than done, of course, but I have seen worse plans prevail.
Especially when they involve our group. Scions have some really terrible plans we muddle through somehow.
Then we must needs meet with Lord Hien and convince him to return, for there is no surer way to inspire our people to rise up as one. He desired proof of his subjects' conviction, and they have provided it, through no lesser deed than openly opposing Xenos himself.
It will work. It has to work. And next time, we will defeat him.
Not sure exactly how the story is going to claim I become strong enough to defeat Xenos, because it's not like every time I've gone up against him I've been outnumbered and a bunch of people and oh my god, if I could just get him one-on-one. Every time I go up against him I pretty much have him one-on-one and he still just destroys me and becomes invincible. I will be traveling to the Yazim Steppe. I found Lord Hien once before. I am confident I can do so again. Moreover, it was to me whom he put the question of Doma's resolve. I feel it my duty to deliver to him our people's reply. Our countrymen's deeds must speak for themselves. Lord Hien cannot deny the truth of their hearts. Too long has it been since I looked on his face. It would be of great comfort to see him again, and no small comfort if you were to join us in the search, I should add. Yep, heading to Azim. What kind of man Hien is. From what I heard, he's about the same age as me. And there's Fordola, who isn't a whole lot younger than us both. Like her, he was born and raised in Imperial Province. This is all he's ever known. Unlike her, he chose to do something about it. I want to meet him. I want to know why. Maybe if I understand that, it'll help me to understand a lot of other things. Over now. In the meantime, how shall I occupy myself? The beloved king returning to urge his countrymen to rise up in rebellion. Not a story you'd ever hear in Charlian or Ul'dah, is it? Not in those words, perhaps, but no land's people is so cynical to be wholly immune to inspiration. Singular individuals have the power to move hearts and minds no matter where they go. Doubtless you speak from personal experience. As they both look over at you. Much as this Lord Hien intrigues us, Ash, there are vital tasks to be attended to here. Preparations for the inevitable assault on Doma Castle, for one. It's also the matter of coordinating our efforts with the Confederacy and our comrades in Kugane. Dealing with this troublesome Aetheryte, I could go on, but you understand. Aye, so it goes. We all have our responsibilities. We shall depart for the Yazim Steppe at once. You will be joining us, Ash. For our part, we shall do what we can to aid the Doman Liberation Front in your absence. We will refrain from conducting any large-scale operations, instead devote our energies to bolstering our ranks and training our new recruits. When you return, we will be ready for war. If anything happens, if you need us to come back sooner, you better contact us. Noble sacrifices are a last resort, remember? Follow me, my friends. We have many months to travel before we reach reunion. Wait, don't leave yet! Here, take these for the road. Simple fare, but it's the least we could do for you after what you did for us. Maybe stupid and naive of me to say this, but I will. You come back, we'll finish what we started. We'll beat the Imperials and we'll win our freedom. So don't keep us waiting too long. Let's see if that's enough to get me free bird. Should be, unless any new blue quests opened up. And meanwhile yep. They keep doing this at the end of each section of the story, so it makes sense.
I would expect no less of Bahamut's conqueror.
Uh-huh.
Prepare the airship. His Radiance will not object. We have fulfilled our obligations here. I would see this prize for myself.
No less of Bahamut's conqueror? What's he talking about? Is that some acknowledgement of the coils of Bahamut? Because he shouldn't know about that anyway, or is there something else going on with the Empire?
Do you understand why I appointed you to act in my stead? You, whose only accomplishment was to whisper the right words in the right ear. Because of your petty hatreds. They render you the perfect instrument to bleed your kinsman of hope. To make an example of Doma, such as was ordered. Listen well. If you yield Doma to the rebels, you will not be given another chance to beg forgiveness. Do your duty now, or die with the rest of them.
Damn.
Are you all right, my lady? That was uncalled for.
No one cares, dude.
Oh!
They say your Eorzean is helping the rebels. I want him dead. I want his friends dead. I want the heads
nope.
of everyone he knows and loves mounted on the castle walls.
Nope. Yeah, not gonna happen.
You mean I can finally go after him?
Sure, go for it.
I've been waiting for this chance. I promise you, my lady, he won't escape this time. Not this time, oh no.
Yeah. Good luck with that. Nobody who I've never heard of before. I'm sure you'll be real successful and make a name for yourself for years to come in this game. Ah, and we get to see how Garabani is doing. Or we just get to look at the Sarlacc pit. Hey, buddy. I knew you were part of this story. I was wondering when you were going to show up.
When his shade was banished, you swore to leave this life behind. And yet here you are.
Yet,
if this be the work of the eyes, what choice do you have but to end it? Or so the boy would say. Damn you, Alphino.
Put your wings up. Ether turn attunement successful. Cool, which means next, here there be Zayla. Yep, heading out into the Azim Steppes. I believe I can fly. Finally. Whew. Every time I get done with a section, I'm like, oh, I can finally fly. And then the next quest, I immediately go to a new section where I can't. But oh well. That's okay. And then new achievement, new title. Adversary. That's straight up blunt and to the point, isn't it? But hey, whatever works. We'll go with that one for now. Alright. Unfortunately, JJ, if you're still watching, we'll probably have to hold off on Azim until some point later down the line. So I'm going to be going ahead and ending it there for today. But let me hop over to Twitch. Let's see who's streaming. Maybe that. No, they don't really need any help. No jobs done. Heaven on High solo with no jobs done. That's a little crazy. Alright. Let's go over. Come on. I don't know why my Twitch is having trouble connecting here, but we'll go ahead and head over to Alex's channel, who's celebrating, it looks like, the first month of being a VTuber.